One, two, 1, 2. Checking in. A lot of weird behavior going on in this crypto space. A lot of weird behavior. I hope I hope we're reaching the bottom. I hope we're like at the bottom. Like they say we still have a ways to go, but I hope we're at the bottom. I really do hope we're at the bottom. There's too much fraudulent activities taking place, like just fake left and right, fake. Trying to keep a positive attitude, but it seems like people prefer the illusions or to be lied to than to deal with the real. It's unfortunate. Now, I don't understand certain things. Maybe it's not meant for me to understand. I was listening to a YouTube video of a clip of a Twitter Spaces adventures in Bitcoin was going on. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm not gonna be too long tonight, But there was a Twitter Spaces, a clip I saw. Different people were speaking. Richard wasn't in the clip, but they were talking about Richard, of course. And you have members in the community who were adding their thoughts about, what Richard's been doing, his presence in the Twitter Spaces, talking about, Pulse Chain and the impact Pulse Chain will have in the crypto community. Right? One guy starts talking about the tribalism and how toxic it is, right? And then proceeds to also add that he's, in so many words, tired of hearing about people not wanting other projects to launch on Pulse Chain, in so many words. That he's tired of hearing people not wanting Pulse Chain to have other projects, as if they want just, I forgot what the term he used, like a one-man show, Tin Top, glad to have you. I'm not gonna be long on this one tonight, or today, or wherever you are. Greetings to everybody. So when I heard this speaker, who's also in the community, I'm not gonna mention names because I don't like to gossip like that. when I heard this person say that he's tired of hearing people sort of like being upset that other projects are launching on Pulse Chain as if they want Pulse Chain to be a one-man show, I have to, this is the hypocrite. This is the hypocrisy. This is the thing that people do all the time and have been doing this whole time while, everybody's been waiting for Pulse Chain to happen and everybody's had their different opinions about Pulse Chain. There's a contradiction here that has to be pointed out. Richard, as recent as maybe last weekend on Saturday, got into spaces. He did his own spaces. Someone who was an actual founder of a project who's waiting to launch on Pulse Chain asked Richard a similar question and said, Richard, what would you want? What do you need as far as the community, or how do you want Pulse Chain? How do you want people to build upon Pulse Chain? To build. What do you need for folks to build on Pulse Chain? How could we build Pulse Chain? Richard's response was he laughed a little bit and said he 100% almost doesn't want anybody to build on Pulse Chain. He said if it was up to him, he doesn't want any project, nothing, just what he has going on. What's up, Sonny? What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. I'm not gonna stay long, but he mentioned that he doesn't want anybody. If it was up to him, he would just not have anybody deal with Pulse Chain. Like nobody would build on Pulse Chain, just what he has, because in the past, the Hexicans have gotten scammed, right? People would come into the community, build their channels or build their following off of basically the back of the Hexicans. The Hexicans would basically flock to their channels, give them subscribership, viewership. They would build their popularity off the community, and then shortly after introduce some craziness to the community, right? A token, a coin, some type of project, and then it ends up scamming the entire community. So that, among other things, caused Richard to just want to really feel as if he knows he can't do it, but he says he's not in favor of any project. So that was, to me, and I said this before in a video that I don't know if I published it or whatever, but to me that was like a direct slap in the face to all of these projects that are waiting, so-called waiting to be launched onto Pulse Chain. There's about over 100. I've heard at least maybe even 150 different projects on the sidelines that's done their own sacrifice phase. They've done their own crowdsourcing or crowdfunding donation phase. And it's funny, the person, like I said, the person who asked the question is also a founder of a project, did not even challenge Richard in saying that. But you hear the talk from other people in the community. You hear the back and forth with the people in the community going at each other. One set of people, one side of the argument is, why would you not want people to build on the Pulse Chain? What do you want, a dead chain? You want a gatekeep? What was going on with Hex, right? In the beginning, they were gate kept, and now you're becoming the same adversaries that Hex had to deal with, right? And then the other side is, well, people have been scammed, right? They're tired, folks are tired of being scammed. Folks who are building on these projects, building projects, a lot of them have zero experience. They Johnny come latelys. They are new people. You don't even know who these people are. They're building all kinds of projects. They got all this money because they copied Richard's style as far as this 2017 ICO craze called the sacrifice, right? To whatever, did the same thing, raised all this money, and what incentive do they really have once they have the money to really deliver on their promise? So it's just, and folks are still, instead of dealing with Richard directly with these points and bringing it to him, you have folks in the community who are talking crap to each other like, oh, they're tired of hearing how folks don't want to see other projects onto the post chain. Well, this is what the top HNIC, the HN head ninja in charge of all of this, is telling y'all, but y'all not bringing him that smoke. This is the fake. This is the fake. You know, stupidity and disingenuous behavior from people that I don't even care for. Is one example of the fraudulent behavior of people in this community, man. Straight up and down. Instead of really looking at things for what they are, taking advantage of the fact that we're dealing with a bear market. We're dealing in the time where these things come and go. The bear market is not going to last forever. And it's bringing like the worst out of people, and people are nitpicking and thinking about the worst things they can think about to get out of a situation. When the bull market does come back, people are going to look at this time and wish that they were doing things that they could have done so that they can be rewarded when the bull market returns. That's how it's always been. A lot of y'all don't even know what this is. You don't know, you have no idea, because if you did, this scenario, the way you speak, this is not the tale you would tell people. You could tell a lot of people are new, but they pretend like they're not new. And they pretend like they're really well-to-do or even knowledgeable, and they know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, they have no clue. And a lot of y'all are unsuspecting, and you're naive. And you got to really open your ears and open your eyes and listen well to what's being said to you. Because what I'm saying applies basically to everything that we do. If you're hearing somebody tell you some crap and you try to duplicate whatever they tell you and you can't get the same results that they promise you, then that's a problem. You understand? That's a problem. A lot of people who did the sacrifice, all we can do is wait. Stop dreaming about a strategy of what you're gonna do, in the first 2 days between, when the when the main net launches, so that you can do some ratio trading. Calm your blood clot behind down, right? Before you lose everything. Before you lose, you're making strategy, and you don't even know when this thing is ever going to launch. You're making a strategy and planning on a dream right now, because it's all up in the ether. It's completely intangible right now, right? We have to wait on a V3, version 3. We don't know when that's coming out. So calm yourselves. A lot of people need to calm themselves down, man. And it's getting to a point where it's going to come to a head, because I really do think that this whole thing with the SEC, I'm going to say it again, was from the inside. It was an inside job. You got somebody felt a way ultimately and just did what they had to do on some get back. I don't know. That's just me. It's my opinion. It is what it is. But I really do believe it was an inside job. People are pissed. They don't know when anything. Folks are kind of like in the dark. They don't really want to not. Folks are completely impatient, and I get it, because it's a certain level of frustration that's involved with all this. But we can't lose our wits. We really can't lose our wits, because flipping and yelling and screaming and acting a fool and reducing ourselves to just primates and behaving like bumbling idiots, is not going to pump our bags. That's not going to bring the bull market. That is not going to increase the value of whatever coins we hold, right? But people love the drama, right? I like drama here and there, but if it's not really satisfying or bring real value to my overall financial well-being, then I don't need it. I don't need it. A lot of people talk, and that's all they do is talk. They're not about nothing. They're not about it. All they do is talk. They bring you no value, no knowledge, no useful, practical information that you can use in your day to day to improve your well being, to improve the quality of your life and the life of people you care about. All you hear is just folks talking crap most of the time. When you find a few, then consider yourself lucky because it's really about quality. There's a lot of folks that's in crypto, they're not about crypto. They're not about crypto at all. They're new. And then what's even crazy, you have folks that should you would think after being around for years that they would have some sense. They're worse than the new people. Because it's worse when you know. There's a difference between knowing and being completely ignorant. When you know and you still misinform others because you're wholly and completely and unequivocally misinformed, uneducated, intellectually lazy, have no interest to open your mind and to better yourself, that makes you even more accountable. That makes you worse off than someone who knows nothing at all because they don't know any better. They don't know what they don't know. And that's what you find in this space. That's what you find in this space. And even in this community, people try to say that, oh, Hex is the best community, best community. It feels good to say that until you see people behave in certain ways that make you question if this is really the best community. Because it's not really about being the best community. You want to see how best your bags can perform. It's not about best community. It's about which crypto you can acquire that's going to perform the best. That's it. If you're fortunate enough to meet somebody on the internet and build a relationship and be friendly, then you're fortunate. And you could meet somebody and kumbaya Richard and campfire your way through some type of whatever journey. If you on that type of time, you're fortunate. Otherwise, it's not like that for everybody at all. At all. Because people are funny with money. It's too much hypocrisy, man. Too much hypocrisy. When you get in trouble, everybody pull away and they're looking at you like you the actor in a movie, and they pulled out buckets of popcorn and they want to see how things turn out for you from far away. I don't know you anymore, bro. You too hot. You too hot. It's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Straight like that. Straight like that. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, like my video. This and that. This and that. Build a following, and then out of nowhere, which is there, right? You want to introduce some shitcoin you got going on, right? You can do that, but do not be closed-minded and thinking you're not going to get some kind of feedback, some pushback. Don't think for a second it's going to be everybody's going to welcome you in your shitcoin. Because we played this game. A lot of us been around before. We understand what this is about. It's a money grab for most. It's just a money grab for most. What real world problems you trying to really solve? You trying to solve the number one world problem is not to remain poor. That's the number one world problem that you're trying to solve if you're getting into crypto. I don't care what type of need you can identify. You want to resolve, you want to ameliorate, you want to improve. No, you want to improve your impoverished, right? Your financially embarrassed position in life. That's all. And keep it moving and be true and be real. That's what it is. Everybody with this lofty, noble, oh yeah, idealistic and moral and altruism and philosophical high science out the window. Kick all that philosophical nonsense out the window. My philosophy with this thing is securing generational wealth, building generational wealth, building wealth, making money passively, immutably, censorship resistant, all of that. And y'all loving Ethereum still. Y'all loving Ethereum as if Ethereum did not just go into the dark side. Right? You're still loving Ethereum as if, they're just, oh yeah, Ethereum's the same. Ethereum POS. Like, what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? It's smoke. It's just this smoke and mirrors, and you want to be diverted by things like Alameda and FTX. These are beyond our pay grade. Alameda and FTX. Nothing we can do at the bottom to resolve that type of situation except talk crap about it. Meanwhile, Ethereum is in bed with World Economic Forum and handlers of the like. And this is the blockchain that a lot of y'all continue to use, continue to basically utilize, and see nothing wrong with what's going on with their censorship, with their centralization, with their no longer being what crypto really was supposed to be. Imagine all these things that we were doing. Imagine an entity saying, look, you're cut off. You are cut off. You cannot use this and this smart contract, this and this protocol. Your address blacklisted. That's it. It's a wrap for you. And everybody still whatever. You think about some FTX. You think about, you think about stuff. I mean, some Alameda. A lot of us didn't get affected by this, especially if we're in DeFi, because we already know what it is. We know not your keys, not your coins. We're not, we ahead of the game in that respect. But you still giving that energy, you still giving y'all, it's just too much hypocrisy. It's too much. It's too much. You think Sam Bankman Fried, he's still out. Like he's free. He's not locked up. Let that have been you or not, you or I. Because I don't know if I'm talking to any billionaires out here. Come on, man. We wouldn't get the same treatment. The rules that apply to us do not apply to them because they have the money, they have the resources, they have the power that we don't have, that we are dreaming to at least want to maybe pray that maybe we can experience before we transition into another existence. Fake, man. Fake. A lot of fake. Yo, it's ridiculous. What you think is one way is really not. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm not reading the chat right now because there's so much going on and I'm distracted. I'm not gonna stay too long, but I want to salute everybody before I go. Tin Top, salute, Hydro, sorry, D Angel in the building, Sunny, Westcott Laurent, nobody cares, man. Adventures in Bitcoin. It is. It is. It's a complete reality show. A bad one too. Love and hip hop, cringe, cringe. Not, love and hip hop like is leagues ahead. Like it's cringe, man. Buffalo Heart, what's going on? You know, like, this thing is just ridiculous, ridiculous. And like, and I don't even like. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like it's truly embarrassing. Like I've onboarded people, and I don't even because they stopped asking me questions because when people they take it upon themselves to do their own research and to look things up and they see what's going on and it's just wow. And all I could tell them is listen, forget about what people are doing. Think about what's happening right now with this contract that's working. Think about this opportunity that this code is providing, this math, what's going on right now. Forget about the behaviors of man, right? Just don't think about it because it's just absolutely, it's deplorable, deplorable, deplorable. Are we kids? What are we? What are we? Just for some attention? Just for some what? Like, I don't understand. We're living through history. What are we leaving behind? What are we showing people? I feel a way even mentioning certain things. I feel a way because it's just like, yo, this is, and I'm in it. I'm in crypto for as long as crypto exists. I'm in crypto for as long as it exists. I'm going nowhere, and I kiss no ass. Like I'm a grown man. I don't look for approval and validation from nowhere on the internet. The internet is undefeated. So you look for whatever you're looking for on the internet, you're gonna find it. And you be careful of what you're looking for online because you will find it. And it might not be something that you want. That's why I always try to be cognizant and conscious of what I talk about. Seriously, seriously, conscious of what I talk about, man. That's what happens when people be talking that community talk, crazy. Crazy. We need the community, otherwise these things wouldn't work. But yo, be careful, man. Be careful, because be careful. It's these people that you think you cool with will be the first ones to betray you, the first ones to turn, especially when you need them most. It's crazy. That's why you dictate what you have to do. This thing is teaching us what freedom is, what independence really is, what peer-to-peer activity really means. Financial, what these financial things really means. I'm not in my wallet is my wallet. Your wallets are your wallets. There's not a pool of a cooperative that's taking place here and everybody's being broken a piece of whatever. No, we didn't get to any, no, I'm not dealing with none of that. And then I don't want to hear about no security talk. Because that's coming too. All those people that did the pools for the sacrifices and all that, that didn't even understand what they were doing. They just, all they saw was cha-ching in their minds, the greed, right? It was, oh, the pool, I might be able, oh, yeah, the pool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what, the pool, do your research and figure out the levels of risk you probably incurred to be involved with something that's going to be labeled as security. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I an attorney or any of these things. But the information that's out here is readily available to us. It's called the internet. Seriously, like it's there. Oh, I'm getting to this pool. Oh, yeah, the pool this and pool that. And then those guys, bless their hearts, but I don't know if they really got their legal game in order as far as Poly Maximus, because dude was talking about, oh, yeah, it's a general partnership based on the research he's done and the people he knows advise him and general partners. Yo, son, yo, listen, man. If you don't have like, you need to be 100% sure. You need to be 100%. Your game got to be sewn, man, because you're talking about billions of dollars worth of crypto potential. Like you can't. There's no time to be like this is like a project. Like I'm just saying. I'm not trying to defecate on them, but people, you got to think long term, man. You got compliance, proof of censorship. You know, you look at Ethereum 2.0, that's proof of censorship. Super regulations coming down. So anything you involved with or whatever you're doing, you got to see, okay, how is this going to come back to me in a crazy way? What am I engaging in that can blow up in my face later? What am I engaging in right now that could just get me in a bad situation in the future? What is it? Come on, let's come on, man. Everything is not about oh whatever right now and then dream fantasy. Yeah, bag, big bag. Because that big bag or whatever big bag will probably never be had because somebody or some entity is going to swipe that away and talk about oh regulation. Oops, nope, not yours. And then what? And then what? There's too much hypocrisy, man. People got to tighten up. I know what I got to do and what I'm doing. But folks with their fraud, that guy talking about, oh, I'm tired of hearing people talk about Pulse Chain like it's supposed to be some one man highway. Richard talked about that, but you don't have the gonads to even go at Richard with that, right? Fraud. Fraud, None of them. When I made a video about liquid loans last year and pointed out how Richard wasn't crazy about liquid loans or any third party that was jumping on that blockchain, people try to give me smoke. Oh, you fudding, you doing this, you doing that. Oh, but yo, listen, but your man though, your man, the head ninja in charge, you're not giving him any smoke, no fire. You're not challenging him. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You're fake to me. You know what I mean? Fake, fraud, all of I don't care who they are. Any third party, got no time for no third party, nothing. We're already divided. You got some hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse. I got three things that be like divided 33, 33, and plus whatever else got going on. You giving me all this, oh, this one, that one, this sacrifice. Oh, can't wait because they're all, and then after the guy said the thing about the one, he's tired of hearing how people want Pulse Chain to be like a one-man highway. And then another person jumped on and talked about every project is going to be successful. This is the talk that these folks are talking, but they got no idea. First of all, they duping the people because you got people that are unsuspecting. They're like, yay, yay, everything is going to be successful. Wrong, because if that was the case, you would have a lot more cryptocurrency projects to date being talked about, doing very, very well. The majority of them are trash. It's just money grabs. That's all. That's all. It's opportunity for people to get their bags and disappear and go and recycle, reinvent themselves and produce something else again. This is what happens all the time. And they just get better at it over time. While folks who just coming into space, all they do is incur bad experiences. Because you want to listen to some Johnny come lately because you think they're charming, they know what they're talking about, tell you some stuff and give you hopes and dreams. And come on, man, fake hopes, and false dreams. Foolishness, man. But folks, I'm about to be out of here. I said I to keep it straight and simple. Crypto hypocrisy. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I don't want no negativity, all positivity. Driven, motivate energy to laser point focus. Focus. This is part of the process. You want to experience all these X's. You think a lot of people are really gonna last long? They're not. They're mentally tricking themselves out of opportunities for the future. Stop letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Be strong. Come on, man. Been in this joint since 2017, man. And get to give you some stories. Stories. Like, and I'm frustrated because this is just a whack version of deja vu. Like, this is just this. Come on, man. Going through the same thing, except there's different players involved. That's it. But we already know the science. We know. We know. Okay, when the storm clubs is the torrential rain, torrential downpour, or a winter season. Instead of the 3 months, is now 6 months. Okay, but you know when those things subside, the sun is gonna come shining through those gray clouds, and then spring is gonna be spring in the air in another few months. Bear market is gonna goodbye bear, hello bull, come raging with your two horns, and bring nothing but blessings. What we doing? What goes up has to come down and go right back up again, and that is a cycle. It's like cycles of life. What we endure and have to exist in our normal lives. It's reflected in these markets. People need to stop bugging out and be true to themselves and not lie. Because if you do that, that's what's going to come back to you. You give what you want to receive. That's it. Don't give lies and false hope and fakeness and then expect everything to come to you genuine and 100% authentic. How does that work? How does that work? This is not hard. Folks are crazy out here, man. I'm tuning out a lot of some of these Hexicans, man. I'm tuning a lot of them out because they don't know what they talking about, man. They Johnny come lately. They act like they know. And I'm not talking about Johnny Chaos. I'm not talking about he's OGs, old. I'm not even talking about, I'm talking about some guys that are around that just showed up out of nowhere in crypto period, jumped on the scene, built a following, and they think they're experts and they could just tell people what's what. Meanwhile, you could tell they don't know, they don't have no clue, they have no idea what's going on, and people are in pain and people are hurting and people are still waiting because they're unsuspecting and they're new and they're emotionally fragile, right? They don't know what this is all about. And some of us here, we try to give office support and lend like encouraging words and knowledge and of our experience and things like that. But don't wreck the people mentally so that they can now lose hope. You got to believe in something. Believe in yourself first. Believe in yourself first. But you rather believe in outside entities. Meanwhile, you're too weak and frail and vulnerable. Whatever belief you have in something outside of you, how strong is it going to be when it's time for you to really stand fast? You're going to let it go and then regret later. Come on, man. Have a good one, folks. Have a good one. Wait, let me see something before I break out. No doubt, Buffalo Heart. I appreciate it. No doubt. Thank you for the support and the viewership. For real. D Angel with the precision, the laser focus commentary, straight to the point. Much appreciated. I appreciate all your views, the viewership for the chat. I appreciate the chat 100%. Hexhedron and Icosa for sure. I really do like Hedron and Icosa. Oh, really? Over a quarter mil for lawyer fees? Wow. That's all the money they've been boasting about. Yo, that's another thing. This is where there's all the money they've been, it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. This is part of the falsehood that I'm trying to explain here. I remember one particular streamer who got served, right, by the SEC, basically said he retired because he's a millionaire. Said that out loud. Said that, and but it's like, what happened now, right? And it's weird. And said that this year. I heard it like, oh, millionaire, and this and that, and but you now this is a pool, 270K, a pool for for the people who need it. Like, bizarre. Soul Hex. Thank you. You too. Have a good night too. You definitely need knowledge of self, and just know yourself too. You know what you can tolerate, what you can bear. Because I already know my toleration for ignorance and stupidity is very, very short. I do not have. I cannot stand stupidity and hypocrisy and contradiction, certain things. I know people are not perfect. I know that. But at this stage in the game, for somebody to be talking about they can't stand people talk about a one-man show for Pulse Chain and have nobody on it, but this is what the man said a week ago, and you not talking to him about that, I would give you much respect, much more respect if you brought it to his attention. But you didn't do that. You just talking. And I could respect. I understand both sides, but I'm always going to err on the side of caution and do what works for me, and not have people trick me out of opportunities. Because once this thing launches, rest assured, be 100%. Just understand that people are going to do everything in their power to take what you have. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I'll catch y'all on the next one.